at Backlash.
I don't want that title. I need that title.
Jacob Fatu versus Roman Reigns at
Backlash.
And no one thinks that Jacob has a chance at winning this belt right here.
Hold on. You think I can't beat you?
But I'm telling you, nobody thought that Drew McIntyre was going to beat Cody Rhodes so close to WrestleMania. So what if ChatGPT told Triple H to let Jacob win? And today, I'm going to give you 4 reasons why Jacob should win and 4 reasons why Roman should win, because I like to do point counterpoint, and I'm going to give you 2 booking ideas, one in the beginning and one at the end of the video, where both men look really good, and the one at the end is my favorite. But first, if you want to win this title right here, you can. All you got to do is comment below and subscribe to the channel. At 30,000 subscribers, I'm going to give it away on my quest to quit my day job. There was a 20,000 subscriber giveaway, and the winner's name was Roman Reigns. Acknowledge me. We are in communication. He's going to pick a belt. I'm going to ship it out next week, and I'll film it so everybody knows that I am telling the truth. But don't worry, people. At 30,000 subscribers, you can still win this belt right here. It's not a toy. It's a replica. All right, so
Backlash.
First booking idea, we got Roman Reigns, Jacob Fatu, they're fighting. At some point during the match, we're either going to have a distraction or shenanigans or something. It could be the Usos trying to help Roman and it backfires and Jacob wins. It could be Solo Sikoa coming out trying to help Jacob because, well, they did drop his name on Monday Night Raw. So
Solo couldn't get a cup of coffee delivered to the building if he wanted to.
Whatever the case is, Jacob wins and Roman is mad, right? Jacob takes the belt and then Jacob acknowledges Roman as champion. He's like,
I'm not out here to be tribal chief.
I just wanted the belt. And then Roman, who is more about respect and acknowledgement than titles, says, all right, fine. You can keep the title. I'm going to go to SmackDown and win the undisputed title, and then our family will have all the power in WWE. That's the first idea. I'll have another at the end, but let's go into reasons. Why should Jacob win? Well, a shock title win would be well, shocking. Right now, WWE feels a little too predictable, a little too sanitized. So if we put the Samoan werewolf at the top of the food chain, that would be like, whoa, crazy, especially this soon after WrestleMania. No one is expecting Roman to lose until probably SummerSlam at the earliest. It's like kind of a foregone conclusion that it's going to be Roman Reigns versus Oba Femi at SummerSlam. But like, what if it's Jacob Fatu versus Oba Femi for the title? Like, no one is thinking that Jacob could pull it out. So let's do it. Shock and awe, baby.
Backlash.
But on the other hand, the case for Roman is, well, it's been 2 long years since Roman held a championship.
I miss this.
And WWE was at the top of its game when Roman was, well, at the top of WWE. And things haven't felt the same since WrestleMania 40.
I miss having y'all's full trust.
And I want to get that feeling back. I want to go back to when wrestling felt cool.
I miss doing business with you guys.
Remember when Rock was like, wrestling is cool again? It hasn't been cool since then, and I want that back. And to do that, well, we still got Roman in his prime, so like, let's do it. Let's run it back. Let's keep the title on Roman and let him just stay on top. You can hate Roman as a part-time champion all you want, but WWE felt special when he was at top.
Backlash.
But if we give it to Jacob, then no matter what, anytime he defends that title, it's going to be new and fresh. It's not going to just be the regurgitated storylines from the past. This is going to be Jacob Fatu versus Sami Zayn versus LA Knight versus whoever, CM Punk, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Oba Femi, every single matchup, him defending the title is new, it's fresh, it's exciting, and that's what WWE should be about, trying to create new moments, not just reliving old moments.
Backlash.
But with Roman Reigns, you can have your cake and eat it too. Yes, we've already had most of the matchups. We've already had Randy Orton versus Roman Reigns. LA Knight, yeah, versus Roman Reigns. But it's different now. It's different. Roman is a different character. He's evolved. He's a baby face, I guess, nowadays. And that will then make everything different. It'll be new. And that's why you flip people, so the old things can be new again. And then you could have someone like LA Knight go up against a babyface Roman Reigns and turn LA Knight heel. And that gives LA Knight so much things to do. It worked for Drew McIntyre. When Drew McIntyre fought Roman Reigns, when it was all said and done, basically, Roman beat Drew, but then it took Drew into a whole different character direction where he is now. And Drew McIntyre is one of the best on the roster right now. And it's all because of his feud with a heel Roman. But now, Roman is a babyface, so we can have this dynamic. Heck, even a heel Drew versus a babyface Roman would be different. So many storylines can branch off of being in the orbit of babyface Roman Reigns.
Backlash.
Third reason, though, for Jacob Fatu is just the fact that Roman doesn't need it. Roman straight up doesn't need it. If Jacob beats Roman here, nobody's going to be like, oh, God, Jacob buried Roman. He only had a 1-month title reign. No one's going to care. Roman can, and he's untouchable. Roman doesn't need it. Jacob, well, he could definitely use it.
Backlash.
That said, the title itself, the world title, could benefit from Roman Reigns holding it for a long, extended time. Roman even mentioned it.
The title don't make the man makes the title.
This title was created in spite of him, and he famously made fun of it and buried it one time as the loser bracket title. But now that he holds the title,
You can respect this title.
I'm not saying it was worthless. Seth Rollins did a great job. Damian Priest did a great job. Gunther, a so-so job. And CM Punk, all great jobs, right? But it being with Roman Reigns,
I made this title relevant.
it puts it on par with the Undisputed title. And to just have him hold it for 1 month kind of diminishes it a little bit. But seeing Roman Reigns walk out with it and just praise it, and just the aura that comes with Roman makes the aura that comes with the world title even bigger. The longer Roman holds it, the next person gets a bigger rub.
Backlash.
But all that said, if we don't let Jacob become champion sooner than later, we run the risk of doing what we did to Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker came out and he had a confrontation with Seth Rollins on Monday Night Raw, and I barely was interested. I loved Braun Breaker, right? Very invested in Braun Breaker until they just drew out his main event push for too long. I get it, he was injured, but even before the injury, it just didn't seem like they were ready to go all in on the guy. And Jacob Fatu has been on the main roster for about the same amount of time. Now, I do feel still connected with Jacob, but that will go away if we don't let him win these big moments. If we just keep telling the audience, oh, he's a future main eventer, but not letting him be an actual main eventer, well then, eventually I just stop believing.
Backlash.
But just because it happened to Braun Breaker doesn't mean it'll happen to Jacob Fatu. If Jacob loses to Roman Reigns and then he has to fall in line, well, we could have a Jey Uso right-hand man situation where there's a slow burn, and this builds Jacob the credibility. And I know people will be like, well, y'all got mad when Jey Uso eventually went on his own. The difference is Jey Uso became a totally different character when he left the Bloodline. He became just this yeet merchandise salesman. He was no longer the right-hand man. If Jacob Fatu were to have this long-running storyline with Roman, and then Jacob leaves the Bloodline after that, I still believe that Jacob will remain Jacob Fatu, the same character that we fall in love with, that Roman will abuse for the next year or two. So Jacob Fatu then, when he eventually leaves the Bloodline, he will be what they wanted Jey Uso to be. And I am not making fun of Jey Uso, okay? I'm not trying to down Jey Uso. It is what it is. But Jacob Fatu has been a single star right? A single star the majority of his career, so he knows how to go out and get the job done as a single star while maintaining his character. So just being a part of the storyline of having to acknowledge Roman after his defeat, that could be a long-term storyline with a huge payoff. Just because we waited too long on Braun Breaker doesn't mean we overcorrect on Jacob Fatu.
At Backlash.
Okay, so here's the other booking idea that I had that I believe will be the perfect situation. Triple H, feel free to steal this, and you don't even have to credit me. We have the same situation as earlier, Jacob versus Roman. There's going to be some kind of distraction. Maybe the Usos try to help. They failed. Solo Sikoa gets involved. Whatever the case may be. Jacob wins, right? He wins, but like also before, he acknowledges Roman. Roman is impressed. However, Roman is still angry that he lost. He says, fine, Jacob, you beat me. Great, awesome. That is amazing for you. But are you acknowledging me as your tribal chief? And Jacob says, yes, you are still my tribal chief. And he's like, fine. Then we are going to have a rematch tomorrow. Nobody can get involved. It's just me versus you. And Jacob says, fine, yes, I will do that, my tribal chief, because Jacob knows that he didn't beat Roman fair and square. So now you have Jacob with the title win, big over Roman Reigns. They will go to Monday Night Raw, just like when Kane beat Stone Cold Steve Austin in a shock title win in the Attitude Era.
At the 1998 King of the Ring, Kane defeated Stone Cold Steve Austin in a First Blood match. Kane would hold the belt for just 24 hours.
Now on Monday Night Raw, we will have Roman beat Jacob. Roman gets the title. But because Jacob did acknowledge Roman, Roman is impressed with this. And he says, Jacob, you are my family. You are part of the bloodline. I want you now to go to SmackDown and become champion there. I will be champion here. You will be my champion there. And now Jacob has a huge title win under his belt. He can go back to SmackDown and face Cody Rhodes, and everything I said before applies there now. He can win the championship there, and you have Roman, world champion, Jacob, undisputed champion. You got your cake, you're eating it too. And if you like that booking idea, well, I did a prediction video on WrestleMania 43 last week, but honestly, I have some booking ideas in it too. So please check that video out. The more you go from video to video on my channel, tells the YouTube algorithm that, well, this channel is worth watching. And then I get to 30,000 subscribers quicker. I quit my day job quicker. I give away another belt quicker. Win, win, having your cake, eating it too. Boys, girls,
Backlash.
see ya, bye.